I was taking a trip out to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, toking on a number and digging on the radio. Just as I crossed the Mississippi line, I heard that highway starting to whine, and I knew that the left tire was about to go. Well, the spare was flat, and I got up tight because there wasn't a filling station in sight, and I just limped on down the shoulder on the rim. I went as far as I could, and when the car stopped, I was right in front of this little bar, kind of a redneck-looking joint called the Dewdrop Inn. Well, I stuck my hair up under my hat, and I told the bartender that I had a flat, and wouldn't he be so kind to give me change for one? Well, there was one thing I was sure proud of. There wasn't a soul in the place except for him and me. He just looked disgusted and pointed toward the telephone. I called up the station down the road a ways, and he said he wasn't very busy today and he could have someone there about 10 minutes or so. He said, now you just stay right where you are, and I didn't bother to tell the darn fool that I sure as hell didn't have any other place to go. I just ordered up a beer and I sat down at the bar, and when some guys walked in and said, who owns this car with a peace sign, mag wheels, and 4 on the floor? Well, he looked at me, and I damn near died, and I decided that I'd just wait outside, so I laid $1 on the bar, and I headed for the door. Just when I thought I'd get out of there with my skin, there was a 5 dudes come strolling in, and one drunk chick and some fellow with green teeth. Well, I was almost to the door when the biggest one said, you tip your hat to this lady, son, and when I did, all the hair fell out to me. And the last thing I wanted was to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, especially when there was 3 of them and only one of me. But they all started laughing, and I felt kind of sick, and I knew I'd better think of something pretty quick, and I just reached out and I kicked old Green Teeth right in the knee. Now, he let out a yell at curly hair, but before he could move, I grabbed me a chair and I said, watch him, folks, because he's a thoroughly dangerous man. Well, you may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's an undercover agent for the FBI, and he's been sent out here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. He was still bent over and holding on to his knee, and everybody was looking and listening to me, and so I laid it on thicker and heavier as I went. I said, you wouldn't believe this man's gone so far as tearing Wallace stickers off the bumpers of cars, and he voted for George McGovern for president. Well, he's a friend of them long-haired hippie types, and bet you he's even got a county flag tacked up on the wall inside of his garage. He's a snake in the grass, and I tell you guys, he may look dumb, but that's just a disguise. He's a mastermind in the ways of espionage. They all started looking real suspicious of him, and he jumped up and he said, now wait a minute, Jim, you know he's lying. I've lived here all my life. I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch, and I belong to the Antioch Baptist Church, and I ain't even got a garage. You can call and ask my wife. And he started saying something about the way I was dressed, and I didn't wait around to hear the rest. I was too busy moving and hoping I didn't run out of luck. When I hit the ground, I was making tracks, and they were just taking my car off the jacks, and I threw a man at 20 and jumped in and fired that mother up. Mario Andretti was sure been proud of the way I was moving when I passed that crowd, coming out the door, heading toward me in a trot. I guess I should have gone ahead and run, but somehow I just couldn't resist the fun and chased them all just once around the parking lot. Well, they headed for the car, and I hit the gas, and I spun around and hit them off at the pass, and slinging gravel and putting a ton of dust in the air. I had them all out there dipping and fetching like their heads were on fire and their asses were catching. I figured I'd better go ahead and split before the cops got there. When I hit the road, I was really wheeling, and gravel was flying and the rubber was squealing, and I didn't slow down, so I was almost to Arkansas. Well, I think I'm going to reroute my trip. I wonder if anybody think I'd flipped. I went to L.A. via Omaha.